Dear all, welcome to this quick and short video overview dedicated to the newest Adobe Premiere Pro CC 2020. Do not forget to visit our YouTube channel and our official website to discover extra content, tips, and participate in our giveaway campaigns. Premiere Pro CC is one of the most professional video editing products on the market. You can collect your pictures, videos, and sound files, place these in time, and edit these by applying adjustments, effects, pieces of text, and amazing transitions. This product is available under subscription plans only. Premiere Pro opens with its home screen page, showing your most recent projects under Home, and on the left side, the New and the Open project buttons, to browse for any existing project or start from a new one. When starting with a new project, set its name, where to save it, and all its main properties, such as the time format to use, between seconds as timecode, or number of video frames. When you go to OK, the new project opens on the main interface, made by several windows that may change according to the workspace chosen on top, from Learning to Libraries. In this video, we will use just the default editing one, but you can recover any missing panel from the Window tab on top. To edit your own project, you mainly use the project timeline at the bottom, showing the several sequences of the current project on each tab. Each sequence is an independent video built from the several media files, or clips, placed and modified in time by using the editing tool on the left side. In addition, you use the program window above to preview such content and the other panels on the left to browse for additional samples and effects. In order to start editing, use Ctrl or Command and N to create a new sequence inside the project, defining its video and audio properties. You can either pick any ready template under Sequence Presets or go to Settings and choose Custom on Editing mode. In this case, adjust the video frame time rate on time base, the video resolution on frame size, and the audio sample rate. When you go to OK, the new sequence appears on the project timeline with no clips inside. To add clips, just drag and drop these directly on the timeline from any of your computer folders or from the Media Browser panel on the left. All the sequences and files inside the project are collected inside the project panel, where you can double-click on any to preview it on the source panel above, checking either the visual frames or the sound waveform. Use the player at the bottom to play back and pause, and use playback resolution to adjust the preview quality. Inside the timeline, all these clips placed together and extended in time, shown as blocks within rows called tracks. Video tracks collect pictures in pink color and video frames in violet and blue, whereas audio tracks welcome sound and speech in green color or in blue if the sound is part of a video. Use your mouse wheel to move through time and hold down the Alt key to zoom in and out around your pointer. The program panel above works just like the source panel preview seen before, with the difference that this one shows the timeline content where its blue marker is placed, and so the result of your modifications and corrections on the clips. You can click or drag on the timeline to move its marker and change the video frame to check on the program panel. In case the aspect ratio of the current sequence is not correct for your clips, you can resize it automatically by going to the project window, right-clicking on the sequence, and using Auto Reframe Sequence. To edit the clips on the timeline, you can use the editing tools on the left. Enable the selection tool to move any clip in time by clicking and dragging it on the same track or in another one. Videos and audio have frames and sound grouped together, unless you right-click and use Unlink to make these independent. In case visual clips overlap in time, Premiere always shows in front all the clips placed on the highest video tracks, in respect to clips inside lower tracks in position. To resize any clip length in time, just drag from its edges. This cuts part of its content in case this is a video or a sound file. To preserve content, you can enable the Rate Stretch tool to stretch and shorten clips in time by changing their speed rate. Shorter clips are played faster, with a speed rate above 100%, whereas stretch clips get slower, below 100%. To split clips in multiple pieces, use the Razor tool instead. To cut, copy, and paste, just use Ctrl or Command and X, C, and V. You can cut any clip to remove it quickly. To come back and undo, either use Ctrl or Command and Z or the History window. On the left side, you can manage the content of each single track. Use the I button to hide and show visual content, the Mute button to mute the audio content, and the Solo button to mute all the other audio tracks except the current one. You can also make recordings with the Microphone button and block any modification on the track with the Lock button. At the bottom, next to Master, adjust the volume level of the whole sequence, especially when the decibel meter on the right shows red levels. To add or remove tracks, just right-click on any empty space. When selecting any clip, the Effect Control panel shows all its properties and effects available for it, depending on its kind. On visual clips, you get the Motion section to adjust position, size, and inclination, and the Opacity section to adjust the clip's transparency. Whereas on audio content, you can adjust the volume properties and use Panner to balance the left and the right stereo channels. From the Effects window, you can drop on the clip's visual and audio effects, including Lumetri adjustments and color grading. These effects get listed inside the Effect Control panel, with their options as seen for the basic clip properties. On each property, you can use the Reset button to come back using default settings and the FX icon to hide the changes or the effects applied. From the Effects window, you can also add visual and audio transitions to introduce or end clips in time. Just drop these on the edges of any clip or between two adjacent clips. The transition is shown with its name and can be adjusted in speed by dragging its edges, and in Properties from the Effects Control panel. To remove the transition, right-click on it and use Clear. You can enable the Type tools to drop pieces of text and tiles on the timeline. Just click and drag on the Program window to create a red text box to delimit the text distribution and then type in. This piece of text is shown as a pink text clip inside a video track that you can edit just like other clips. Just make sure to get it on a top video track in order to avoid overlaps with other visual clips. To manage the piece of text, you can enable the Selection tool and move, scale, and rotate text on the program preview directly. In addition, with the text clip selected, you can either use the Effects controls or the Essential Graphics window to adjust the text opacity, font, style, size, color, or add any effect. The Essential Graphics panel also collects several motion graphics templates under Browse that you can directly import on the timeline. These are special text clips, including visual effects and multiple titles. You can select and adjust under the Edit section. Another similar window, called Essential Sound, can be used to apply advanced audio effects, such as audio equalizer and audio ducking. Check this out. To save your Premiere project, just go to File and then to Save As. This is saved in a .prp.roj format, which can be opened at any time to edit any of its content and options. Whereas to render and export the sequence made, just open it on the timeline and go to File, Export, Media to open the Export Settings panel and set the render options on the right side. On Format, choose the video format such as H.264 for .mp4 videos. And on Preset, pick any ready template to use, including HD and 4K settings for Facebook and YouTube. Set Name and Destination folder on Output Name, and at the bottom, the video and the audio settings. By default, these match your source files imported, unless you uncheck these properties to customize resolution, frame rate, or audio codecs. The other panel, called Source, allows to crop the final video by resizing the rectangle on the preview. At the bottom, you can drag the markers to select the part of the video to export instead. Then, go to Export and start rendering. Thanks for watching this video. Please visit our YouTube channel to discover more and free guides on Adobe Creative Cloud.